Joining me now on the program, COVID-19 Digest, is a National President, Public Transportation Owners of Nigeria Association, Engineer Isaac Uhunmwagho. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Yeah, let's begin first of all to know what category of public transporters make up your association.
The category of public transporters are all the transport companies that you can identify on the road. All the major transport companies that you see their branded names, the names of their companies on their vehicles, they are all members of Public Transport Owners of Nigeria Association, PTONA, all of them.
During the lockdown, I understand restrictions were on, no vehicular movement. How did your members survive this period?
We were locked down. We understood what the situation was. We knew that the problem of COVID-19 was serious enough and demanded measures by governments all over the world to contain, the spread of the coronavirus. So we just packed our vehicles, and during the lockdown, we could not even come and warm our vehicles or maintain them so that they do not develop problems. It was only after the lockdown that we were able to start paying attention to our vehicles, but we were not allowed to move during the ban on interstate transportation. I think that one took another 2.5 months or close to 3 months.
Now, apart from your vehicle, in terms of family life and all that, how hard did COVID-19 hit members of your association?
It does not come harder than we experienced. Nothing comes harder than what we experienced. Businesses were not open. Our workers remained without work, some limited activity. It was zero activity. And it was bad physically, psychologically, and financially on our businesses, on our companies, and especially on our workers.
Your association paid a courtesy visit to the Ministry of Transportation lately. Now, the difficulties you highlighted during the COVID, what your members experienced, did they inform your visit to the ministry?
Yes, they were part of the reasons that we visited the Ministry of Transportation. They were part of the reason. It was not primarily because of that. We had made arrangements for quite some time, for our association to pay a courtesy call onto the Honorable Minister of State for Transportation. It couldn't happen until about 2 weeks ago. So obviously we discussed all aspects of issues that affect Nigerians who are traveling or attempting to travel around the country. We discussed many of the issues, not for the first time, but because we have always maintained dialogue with the federal ministry since the beginning of this year especially. So one of the things we discussed maybe extensively was the effect of COVID-19 on the members of our association and the Nigerians traveling on the road.
Now, when you say Nigerian challenge on the road, what exactly are you talking about?
There are lots of problems affecting public transportation in Nigeria, a lot of problems. And we listed out many of them. Apart from the effect of COVID-19 and the devastation that it did to us and to our business and our workers, there are fundamentally a lot of flaws, a lot of challenges with road transportation in this country, especially in the last few decades, maybe in the last 20 to 30 years. Road transportation, I do not know if you travel by road. Road transportation is no fun in Nigeria. It's no joy to travel on Nigerian roads in recent years. Even where the roads are good, relatively good, there are so many challenges, obstacles, impediments, obstructions that make the journey not to be a smooth journey anymore. All these issues adversely affect our industry, adversely. And we discussed a lot of them at length with the Minister of State for Transportation.
I understand that the Ministry of Transport promised to support your association with a sum of 10 billion naira. How far has it gone? Have you received any yet?
The Ministry of Transportation has not promised to support PTONA with $10 billion. Please,
Naira, 10 billion naira.
10 billion naira.
Yes.
The Ministry of Transportation has not promised to support PTONA with 10 billion naira.
Okay.
What has happened is that the federal government of Nigeria has approved the sum of 10 billion naira for the entire transport sector, the entire road transport sector, to assist, in alleviating the hardships associated with COVID-19, the hardships associated with the lockdown, and then the hardships that also accompanied the ban on interstate transportation. In addition to that, we are not operating normal services even up to this moment. While, maybe within the cities, many Nigerians are saying that vehicles are now loading full and not adhering to social distancing measures, which specify that vehicles should be about 50%, in capacity, should be full up to 50% capacity. We in PTONA, because we are organized and because we are working 100% with what government dictates, we are working under the limitations of social distancing. So you find that our vehicles are carrying partial load, 50% load, as specified by the NCDC and PTF. So we are not really operating profitable businesses, especially when many others in the transportation sector are no longer adhering to the guidelines of 50% full capacity. So the palliative of 10 billion naira we envisage is supposed to aid those of us who felt the brunt of the lockdown, who felt the brunt of the ban on interstate movements, and who are still feeling the brunt of social distancing operations in our businesses. So it's a threefold effect of hardships that we in PTONA are facing. I hope I am still audible to you.
Yes, I'm concerned about the sharing formula. How do you intend to share this money among your members?
The sharing formula?
Yes.
We are not the ones to share the money.
Okay.
It is the Ministry of Transportation, maybe in conjunction with some other agencies, some other agencies of the federal government that will share the money, to various sectors of the transport sector, various sections of the transport sector.
Okay.
The money is not coming totally to PTONA. No,
Okay.
please, we are not. It is the ministry. The ministry, they have not specified to us yet, because there are some other sectors. Although many of the other sectors, like the tankers, they were not affected with any lockdown. They were not affected by any ban on interstates. Like the trailers, they were not affected by the lockdown or the ban on interstates. But maybe there are ways or there are aspects of their businesses that were hindered. Maybe there are. And I think we believe that the Federal Ministry of Transportation is going to take into consideration, the effects of the COVID-19 measures and hardships on all of us. So we do not know what proportion of whatever federal government has approved will come to PTONA. Also, obviously, there are, general motor parks that do not, you asked me before, that operate vehicles that are not branded. We know that the effects might not have been as much because, they were able to have some of their businesses going on somehow.
COVID-19 is real. COVID-19 is with us. What is the situation in our motor parks as regards stopping the spread of COVID-19? What measures are you putting in place?
We have put in place measures since the 1st of July, when the ban on interstate movement was lifted on us. Between our companies, the Federal Ministry of Transportation, NCDC, and the PTF, comprehensive guidelines and protocols were established, which included provision of various facilities, hand washing facilities, at our terminals. A lot of these they are very much in place, and they have actually become part of us. We have operated under these conditions now for 2 months, and they have become part of us, and we are still operating with social distancing in our vehicles.
All right, thank you very much, Engineer Isaac Uhunmwagho. He is the National President, Public Transportation Owners of Nigeria Association. Thank you very much for being a part of the program today.
Thank you so much. Our association is Public Transport Owners of Nigeria Association, PTONA.